What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Mathews and
Symone. Jalen Mills is somebody that I get behind.
I'm not even gonna cap on DeAndre Hopkins. He has the best hands in the league. Played
Stayed
through it.
hurt and played through it, hobbling on back to the field.
Right. I'm saying when you one of the best teams out there, you know the other team's division ain't got no choice but to try and get like you. You dig?
So let's get right into the video.
Let's go.
Make sure you guys like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with us. Check out the links down below. Buy us a coffee, help fuel this channel. Shout out to official Symone with the Sports, our merch collection, and turn your notification bells on so you don't miss a single video or a single live stream.
That right too.
So Dylan, we got a lot to talk about. It's been a minute since we talked. I think last time we talked, we were just getting done with the first round.
Yeah.
Now the second round is over. What are your immediate reactions?
Immediate reaction is Jason Tatum is a bad man, along with Luka Doncic. I just saw the stats come out, and Luka had more points than Devin Booker.
Get it together.
More assists than CP3.
Ooh.
More rebounds than DeAndre Ayton.
Ooh.
And more steals than Mikal Bridges in the whole entire series.
Wow. You're saying like combined?
Like, he had more points than CP3.
Combined over
more
the
points.
games?
Yeah, over all the games.
So that's crazy. Luka and Jason Tatum are the two players that have stood out.
Yes.
In this playoffs, I would say overall, period. Luka has been the best player throughout his journey to the conference finals, and Jason Tatum has been the best player throughout his journey to the conference finals, series after series after series. So when it comes to making predictions, which we're going to have to make, let's start with the Eastern Conference because I feel like that's the easiest one to predict. I feel like both of us are going with the Celtics.
Yeah, I'm going with the Celtics. I just don't think Miami has a good enough offense. Their offensive firepower isn't good enough to keep up with the Celtics because while their defense is ferocious, they do have a really elite defense. They don't have enough to stop Tatum. Like, this isn't, no shade to, of course, my Atlanta Hawks, but this isn't just the Atlanta Hawks where you just...
the 76ers.
Right, where you just got to stop Joel or just got to stop Trae Young. No, you can try to neutralize Jason Tatum, but Jason Tatum's still going to get his because while Trae Younger was a, smaller dude, you could, trap him and use bigger bodies on him. Jason Tatum is long and big, and he can shoot over anybody, too. Like, he doesn't have that KD type length, but he has the length where he can still shoot over anybody and get his shot off. And he's strong enough to get to the paint and body somebody down. With Joel, they just kind of trapped him and did everything.
Well, one with Joel, they had 2 games with Joel not playing.
That's very true. They have to worry about Joel for 2 games.
And then the other games, mind you, we won 2 games in that series. The other games, that's a beat down, wore down Joel with a broken face, a concussion, and a broken thumb.
Exactly.
So they didn't even play, even at full strength. I would have taken the Miami Heat just because they're a more complete team, but they didn't even play a full strength, whatever the Sixers team would have been. And then also too, James Harden completely rolling over in the second half, just not even freaking trying.
Belly up.
You said belly up like a cockroach.
He was belly up like a dog or a cockroach, whichever way you want to put it.
But like you were saying about our series, they had to just keep Trae Young from scoring 50.
Exactly. They wasn't worried about nobody else.
Keep Joel Embiid from scoring a triple-double. The Celtics team, like you mentioned, is completely different because not only do you have Jason Tatum going crazy, but you have Grant Williams. You have Jaylen Brown, who's liable to take over if Jason Tatum has an off game or whatever his game from. Marcus Smart, a dog. Freaking Al Horford, a dog. He's been a dog this whole series.
Got to talk about Peyton Pritchard. He's came up big in some of these games too, hitting threes, making some shots off the dribble as well. So they got a complete team. And then plus, Robert Williams is supposed to come back now. He missed, 3?
I think he played last game.
Yeah, he played last game a little bit. Yeah, you're right.
Well, they made him available. I don't know if he ever checked in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he ever checked in either. But either way, Robert Williams, I'm sure, will have a significant, he'll play a significant amount in this series, which he didn't do in the last series. So this Boston Celtics team is just different. So while, maybe you can take away or neutralize Jason Tatum a little bit, you got all those other guys to worry about. And the Miami Heat haven't faced an offensive firepower like the Boston Celtics yet. And I just don't think the Miami Heat have that offense to back it up. Jimmy Butler can get his, maybe Bam. But, even though those guys, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, PJ Tucker even, when it comes to offensively, they were very inconsistent. Duncan Robinson as well. Is Duncan Robinson going to have, an effect in this series? Because in our series, he really wasn't a factor besides game one.
I don't even think he checked into our series.
Yeah, so because he's more of a liability now in the playoffs. Like in the regular season, you can have him out there shooting threes and, he can get away with, some of the stuff on defense when it's in the regular season. But in the playoffs where everything is amplified, you can't really have Duncan Robinson out there because he can't guard anybody. Mm-hmm. And if he's not hitting threes, he's useless.
So, yeah, we both have the Celtics. And, again, the Celtics have had the toughest path. The Celtics and Bucks had the toughest path out of anybody, right, I feel like, in the playoffs overall. And the fact that they had to play each other, the Bucks obviously playing without Chris Middleton, but that's nothing to take away from the Celtics.
Right.
I had whoever coming out of the Celtics, Bucks, obviously winning the East and probably winning it all. And like you said, you don't think that the Heat have the offensive firepower? Right. Definitely not. Especially, we keep talking about the Celtics on offense, all the guys who can knock down shots, boom, 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 whatever. But we got to remember that defense has been proven in the playoffs. They had to go through KD. They had to go through Kyrie Irving. They had to go through Giannis Antetokounmpo. You telling me that they're scared of a Jimmy Butler?
They're not.
They're not. That's all I'm saying. And went through them unscathed. Yeah. And not only did they have their big series, they've done it in several different ways. The Heat have cakewalked to the Eastern Conference Finals. Mm-hmm. No shade to our teams, but high-key shade to our teams. The Sixers and the Hawks, outside of the hurt Raptors team, were the three easiest teams in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Yeah. They went through a Hawks team that was a bottom feeder, barely playing in, had to win 2 games to even qualify, and an injured Joel Embiid 76ers team with no bench, even with Joel Embiid. Mm-hmm. The Celtics had to go through the Nets, and even though I had them beating the Nets, that's still a tough task, taking down Kyrie, Kevin Durant.
And not them, they swept
them. Mm-hmm. And then went into a Game 7, had to win 2 games in a row against the Bucks. They're battle tested, whereas the Heat is cakewalked. Yes, if you're a Heat fan listening, I said that G.
Ooh.
Because the Heat fans are popping big G like they did something, Dylan.
I know. We played them too.
I know. Wait till the Celtics take them out.
I know.
But Dylan, now we got to get to the juicy West. Dylan.
That's a couple of debates here in this series.
We're gonna have a little debate. But Dylan, seeing Chris Paul,
that hurt my heart.
Chris Paul is my childhood.
That hurt my heart. CP, he's a point guard.
Right, and as many times as we defended CP3 on this page,
but he's looking real mortal right now.
He's looking real mortal.
Real mortal man, not godly.
I'm saying, but honestly, Dylan, I feel like that series. And, I mean, it's all debatable. Did Chris Paul look bad? Yes. But D-Book did not look great.
He didn't.
Where was D-Book's 40 points? Luka has shined in this playoffs. Jason Tatum has shined in this playoffs. Mm-hmm. D-Book, you're the young star cornerstone of the franchise of the Phoenix Suns. And you can't say he's young, he hasn't been there before. Jason Tatum is young. Luka Doncic is young, and you were just there last season. Mm-hmm. I'm saying, where was all that juice? And I'm not saying, I just don't understand, where was D-Book's big performance?
Right.
Okay, Chris Paul stunk it up, but it's not like, D-Book dropped 40 and Chris Paul couldn't give him no help. Yeah. D-Book wasn't...
The whole team really stunk it up.
They were triple teaming and double teaming D-Book, of course.
They were.
But I'm sure they were doing the same thing to Luka, and they were trying to do the same thing to Jason Tatum. But, he just know Luka or Jason Tatum.
All right, so... But yeah, it was a tough series for the Suns. I'm not exactly sure, what happened to them. The Mavs, though, we do have to give the Mavs some credit. They were playing very good defense, and they had a good game plan against Devin Booker. They were, like you said, they were coming at him, blitzing him, double-teaming him. And what they were doing to him kind of reminded me of
But that's what people do to all small guards.
I know. I'm saying that's what I was about to say. It kind of reminded me what the Heat did to Trae Young. Mm-hmm. But the difference is D-Book should have had the team around him to step up, and he should have figured it out too. D-Book is paid, and he's supposed to be that dude. He's supposed to be able to figure that thing out. He's supposed to be able to score.
Y'all had 7 games to figure it. No. Y'all had 7 plus that Pelicans series where y'all struggled too, that many games.
Right.
Y'all should have figured the fact that they struggled against the Pelicans, they should not have struggled against the Pelicans.
Yeah, the only thing I will say about the Pelicans series, the Pelicans were extremely, extremely hot and playing well above themselves.
Okay, but I'm saying,
but still, they shouldn't have struggled the way they did.
Okay, so that's a one game. That's you give the team one game, and that's your wake up call. Oh, this team ain't playing around with us.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. 2 games. How many did they win? They only won 2, right?
Yeah, they only
okay,
won 2.
One game should have been like a shocker, or even just making it out of that Pelican series should have woke them all the way up for the Mavs.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah, like I said, I think the team in its entirety stunk it up. Like I said, they didn't do a good job of shot making, and that's why you don't want to get to Game 7 because Game 7 really all that came to a head because they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn in Game 7.
I've never heard that.
You never heard that phrase?
No. What?
You never heard that phrase ever? Mm-mm. That's crazy. Let me know in the comments below if y'all heard you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. That's everybody's heard that.
Oh, not me.
Mm-hmm. Not everybody.
So let's talk about our predictions for Mavs Warriors. Now let me just say, disclaimer, I'm not the biggest fan of the Warriors. You know that, but for the people on the channel. And I refuse to have watched a whole NBA season to see the Warriors win.
Why? The Warriors have been down and out for a couple of seasons.
Oh. They've had their time. Move around. It's time for some new teams.
That's what.
And I'm saying kudos. That's great for them. That means they're balling, whatever. But I'm still a hater. And I'm sick of them.
I'm not. I love watching the Warriors play basketball. I just
don't like the way that they popped their G against LeBron like they did some G. Y'all had to build a super quadruple team just to take down LeBron. I don't like that narrative. Okay, but sports is all about heroes and villains. It's not fun if you don't have a villain. But let's get into our prediction. Obviously, I'm going with the Mavs.
I'm going with the Warriors.
But let me tell you why I'm going with the Mavs outside of my hate.
Go ahead.
The Mavs have been battle tested.
They have.
And not only Luka, but the Mavs others. They had to beat the Jazz for those games without Luka, so their others are battle tested, ready to go. They just took down the Suns, defending Western Conference champs in a Game 7 on the road, where the Suns are amazing on the road. Luka has been amazing all last series against the Jazz. The Mavs, like I said, they have been able to contain Donovan Mitchell. They have been able to contain D-Book. They've been able to contain Chris Paul, the point guard. Got him looking mortal. I think that they will be able to. Now, yes, the shooting ability of the Warriors are light years beyond the shooting ability of the Suns. But I'm going to go with the Mavs.
You said it. Luka
is the best player in this series. Luka, Steph, but Luka is the best player in this series. Matchup nightmare. 2 small ball teams in the Mavs and the Warriors, but there's one completely unguardable player on the team, and his name is Luka. And he showed to the Suns he can get whatever he wants, no matter who is on him. Big, smalls, guards, forwards. He showed during the Jazz he can get whatever he wants, whenever he wants. Draymond Green, watch out.
And that's, no, those are some very good points. But for me, I wish I had the numbers in front of me, but I don't. There were a lot of games where the Suns did not shoot very well at all. And I don't think there's going to be that many games where the Warriors shoot as poorly as the Suns did in some of those games against the Mavericks. Do I think the Mavericks defense is pretty solid? Yes. They do have some very good others in Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie, Reggie Bullock can knock down some shots, Bertans can knock down some shots, what's his name, Benji or whatever his, or Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber has turned out to be a pretty viable big man. But when you talk about the Warriors, you got Steph Curry, probably the greatest shooter of all time. You got Klay Thompson, somebody who is finally, we saw him in that clinching game against the Memphis Grizzlies, 8 threes. He looked good. Klay is slowly, I don't know if he's all the way there yet, but he is getting back to that Klay Thompson we knew before he got injured. He getting back to that Klay Thompson we knew before he got injured. 8 threes. He's not quite as athletic as he once was, but you can see he's starting to get some confidence about him and the way he moves and all that stuff. So Klay Thompson's coming back. We know about Jordan Poole breaking out in the scene. He's another one. You know, he's had a very good playoffs. His second round was a little more shaky than that first round, but
First
still.
of all,
Go ahead.
we talked about, I talked about the Mavs battle tested.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the Warriors played a spineless Nuggets team.
Ooh,
That's been spineless without, they're missing Michael Porter Jr., they're missing Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
They've been spineless since did Jamal play last season?
No, he got hurt late last season.
Yeah, I'm saying since
so,
Jamal.
Yeah, because he got hurt in that because they beat the Jazz last year. Or was that in 2020? I can't remember. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyway, without Jamal, the Nuggets have been spineless. They're like the 76ers version of the West. It's just the Joker just out there trying to will the team to some wins.
Right.
It's just the Joker trying to will the team to some wins, but you already know first round exit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they beat the Nuggets. Mm-hmm. Let's not forget, they struggled against the Grizzlies.
They did. They won.
Yeah, they won 4 games, but the Grizzlies won 2 without Ja Morant for 2 games, without Dylan Brooks for 2 games, and 2 of those games that the Warriors won one of them came down to Ja missing a layup.
You're right.
And another one was a close game as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they dominated even the Grizzlies without Ja Morant and without Dylan Brooks.
That's for sure.
So they coming in shaky. Just like the Suns.
Well, I wouldn't say
the Mavs coming in strong.
The Mavs are coming in strong, but I wouldn't say the Warriors are coming in shaky either. 1, because they didn't have to go to a game 7. And 2,
they shouldn't have had to go to a game 5.
No.
Not a game 5, a game 6.
I get what you know, and I understand that. But I'm saying, at the end of that game 6 was close between the Warriors and the Grizzlies most of the game, but towards the end, the Warriors pulled away, and they showed their experience. They showed their dominance.
And their Ja Morant list.
No, and that's a fair point, and I get that. All I'm saying is that even though the Warriors haven't been battle-tested necessarily this season, they've been battle-tested before. This is the same core. The Steph, the Klay, the Draymond that done been through it all. Draymond is a dog. We know Draymond's a dog. Like I said, I think Klay's getting back to Klay, and Steph is Steph.
Why you act like you teaching a lecture?
I'm just making my points. And then, they're figuring some things out. Like I said, I just like the Warriors' brand of basketball. I think their ball movement, because that's another thing. The Suns move the ball fairly well, but I don't think there's a team in the NBA that moves the ball quite as well as the Warriors do. Their ball movement is amazing. Steph is always moving. He's never stagnant. The ball just never seems to stick with the Warriors, and sometimes it got stuck in that Sun series, which made it a little easier with that for the Mavs defense. So I just think they'll be in a little, and like you said, both teams play small ball. I think that's an advantage for the Warriors because I think they're a little bit better at playing small ball than the Mavs. They have better others. You talk about Klay Thompson. You talk about Draymond Green. You talk about Jordan Poole. You talk about Otto Porter, who has come in and been a nice 3-and-D guy. Jonathan Kuminga has shown out. He's proven to be a very good young player for them. So me personally, I like the Warriors. You talk about, Reggie Bullock versus Jordan Poole. I'm taking Jordan Poole. You talk about Klay Thompson versus Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's a dog. He's nice. He's at a nice coming out party, but I'm taking Klay Thompson. If Draymond is going to be checking Luka, Luka is definitely going to win his battles, but Draymond Green's going to win his battles too. So I think I go with the Warriors. And that's on Big Brother.
That's so cute. Mavs me. So So we both picking the Celtics. I'm going with the Mavs. You sticking with the old Toms. And
I'm saying they're back. They're back to pretty much healthy. They're still.
We'll see, because like I said, they barely clawed their way out that Grizzlies series.
They did, though.
They barely clawed their way out. Oh, yeah, they found a way. Ja Morant getting hurt.
Sometimes you need a little luck.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, the Mavs been about it. Been about it. And also, I had a little stat. Since you want to bring up a little stat.
Go ahead, talk your little stat.
I'll bring up a little stat.
Go ahead, bring up your little stat.
So this season, I don't know how many times the Mavs and Warriors played, but Mavs versus Steph this season held Steph to 20 points, 38% shooting from the field, 28% shooting from three. So whatever they did on a little deep book, put that little deep book on Steph.
Okay. Do you know what their record was for?
I think they split.
Split? Okay.
I want to say they split. But
It'll be a good
injuries
series.
and stuff, I don't know who was playing in all them games.
Right. But yeah, I mean,
it'll be a good series.
It'll be a very good series. But
Mavs,
my heart says the Warriors.
Don't let me down. Please. I do not want to see another Warriors finals. My Instagram feed cannot take some more Warriors propaganda.
I wouldn't be mad if the Mavs made it out though. I wouldn't be mad at it. A Celtics Mavericks series would be Mavericks finals would be odd, but
I
would
want
be
somebody
good.
new in there. Life is too short to be watching the Warriors win every year. Life is
they done take a little 2 year. They took a little 2 year break.
2 years off.
They took a little 2 years off.
Okay. All my life.
She need to work on getting this hurt off. I'm gonna take it to therapy.
I'm trying to get the hurt off with the Mavs, please.
No, the only way you can get this hurt off is if you talk about it. You need to talk
I've talked about it. This has been healthy on here.
That's good. I'm happy. We need to have more of these sessions.
Any more Warriors haters? In the comments. See me down there. But y'all, make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe. Keep rocking with us. Check out the links down below. Buy me a copy, help fuel this channel. Shout out to Symone with the SymoneWithTheSports merch collection. So we talk to you guys next time. Bye.
Peace.